we made it to our camp for the night. We're camping on kind of like a ridge that goes, you can't really probably tell, but it goes over there and up over, and there's some more windmills in the distance, and looks like it kind of goes over to that mountain as well, the trail. We did about 15 miles, I think, from Tehachapi to here. We were going to go about 17 because that's where the next water source was, but like 2 days ago there had been reports of a bear that has been hanging around there, and we don't really want to camp in places where bears are frequent, especially because the bear was not afraid of loud noises that people made. So we're gonna avoid camping close to the spring. Tomorrow we'll just fill up on water. This next section is the driest section of the whole trail, so there's not very many natural water sources. I think we have like 42-mile water carry, which is just gonna be really, really heavy. I think we determined it's probably gonna be about 18 pounds of water that we're gonna have to carry on that day. But yeah, pretty campsite for the night. Kind of sad to be leaving Tehachapi. It's a cool little town. But hopefully this next section goes by quick, because then we'll be in Kennedy Meadows. It is June 9th, just about 10 a.m. I think we've done 5-ish miles today already, from where we camped out of Tehachapi. When we got to the water source this morning, people said that they did see a bear last night at the water source, so we're glad we kind of stayed back and didn't camp there. I think we're going about 16 more miles today to the next water source, and I think after that is the long carry tomorrow, the long water carry, I believe. But yeah, it's not too hot today. It's been pretty windy. We're still walking through like a wind farm, so that's been nice. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Guess what we just passed? It's backwards. But it definitely says mile 600. Mile 600. I cannot believe we've walked 600 miles. That's crazy. We made it to our camp for the night. Right there. It was super windy all day, which was nice when we're hiking, but at night it really sucks because our tent is so noisy. So last night Nick really didn't sleep much at all, and I'm hoping that the wind dies down a little bit tonight because I feel like it's going to be the same as last night. Yeah, there is a lot of scat around this camp, and someone said they thought it was bear scat, but I'm pretty positive it's just cow poop. But yeah, we'll see if we have any encounters tonight. It's a pretty nice little campsite. And there's a spring right down there. So it's nice to camp by a water source and have enough water for dinner instead of having to carry out a bunch of extra. But yeah, talk tomorrow. Today is June 10th. Got kind of a later start today. I hit snooze a bunch of times. Something kept me up last night. I swear there was a skunk outside the tent or something. I don't know, it smelled like a dead skunk. And I don't know if skunks stink even when they don't spray, but that's what it smelled like at 3 a.m. And just heard a bunch of rustling around. Then I didn't sleep good, so I woke up kind of nauseous feeling. But yeah, today I think is a 19-mile day. And then we've got tomorrow, And then the next day we should be going into Lake Isabella to pick up a little bit of food to finish off the last little section to Kennedy Meadows. So we should be there in a couple days, which is exciting. But yeah, pretty trail today though. $42-mile water carry. We just got done eating lunch. Took like an hour break in some shade right before we knew it was going to be a downhill section. I was kind of struggling, feeling a little bit weak, and so we were just hanging out there for a while. And I thought I might have heard some music, but then I thought I was just imagining it. And then after we got up from our break, we like crested over this hill, and there was a group of people. We're in the middle of like nowhere right now, and there was a group of people with a truck with cold water, watermelon, and beer, and they gave us some, and they had just arrived like 10 minutes before, so it was perfect timing and just an awesome little pick-me-up. Made it to camp in the evening of June 10th. We're camping next to a bunch of cows in that field who keep making weird, like distressed mooing sounds. Here's our tent. And yeah, the last couple miles were pretty difficult. Just the heavy water carry today really was hurting both of our backs and shoulders. Tomorrow's gonna be a bit longer of a day, so hopefully, we'll be drinking the water, so it'll be a little less heavy. So hopefully that makes tomorrow easier. But yeah, just about to hop in bed for the night, even though the sun hasn't even gone down yet. I'm beat. Good night. It's morning in the desert. My new goal in life is to see a desert tortoise. Look at that little cute guy. It's very hot. We're resting underneath this Joshua tree right next to a very generous water cache. Yeah, you're not supposed to rely on these because they're not always here, but it's very awesome that it's here because now we're going to drink some cool water. We made it to camp for the night on June 11th. I think we went about 20 miles today. We had like a 4-mile uphill climb right in the heat of the day, and that sucked. I think I have never sweated more in my life. But yeah, yesterday I also forgot to say that I'm pretty sure I saw a fox, so that was kind of cool. Once we get into town, I'm going to look up what kind of animals look like what I saw, but I'm pretty sure it was a fox. But yeah, so that was exciting. Tomorrow we're going into Lake Isabella, which is like 30 miles off trail, but it is a good resupply point before going to Kennedy Meadows, because if we went straight through, it would have been like an 8-day food carry, and we did 5 days of food instead, and then resupplying in Lake Isabella for the next like 2 or 3 days. Yep, just got done eating a ramen bomb, which is mashed potatoes and top ramen mixed together. We're feeling pretty low on calories today, so we are trying to eat more every day, but it's really hard, especially when it's hot. Well, at least I don't have much of an appetite. But yeah, glad to be done, glad to rest, glad to be in town tomorrow. It's another hot day. Got our umbrellas up. We are making our way down to Lake Isabella, and feeling kind of dehydrated, since this last water carry was about 40 miles, so we had to carry all the water we needed for that long. We've been having to ration every day, and like it's taking all of our strength and energy. I'm very dark under this umbrella. Not to just drink like the 2 liters of water that we have for the next 5 miles. Get off me. So yeah, we're going to go straight to a fast food restaurant when we get to Lake Isabella and chug some water and get some cold sodas and do a resupply. And I don't know if we're staying at a motel or a KOA. Then getting back on trail tomorrow, I think. So yeah, just gotta make it down there before it gets way too hot. We made it to Lake Isabella. We are currently in a motel. I think it's like the jankiest motel room I've ever been in, but it's clean, so that's okay. There's just a little bit of black mold in the bathroom that's been painted over with white paint, but that's okay. We can let that fly. We got a hitch pretty easily. I was kind of afraid that we wouldn't be able to because it's a 30-mile drive from the trail to here. I just felt really bad because the guy that gave us a ride had a bunch of pressed linens, bright white linens in the back seat, and my dirty backpack just got all over those. Sorry, Brian, I think that was his name. But yeah, we're just gonna do our resupply now, and I feel like taking a nap. I just have been really sleep deprived the last couple days because of the wind keeping me up at night. So just excited to have a bed here at this motel. Yeah, it's really hot out. It's like 95, but at least we're not hiking in it. Just hiking out of Lake Isabella. It was really hard to get a hitch. I think we ended up taking us like 2.5 hours to get back to the trail total. So it's kind of late right now. It's almost 7, or probably is past 7 now. We're just gonna hike about 5 miles or so and camp for the night. But sunset's gonna be beautiful. Today is June 15th, and we are finally starting to see some rocks and colors other than desert orange and brown. First taste of what is to come in the next 40-ish miles or so until Kennedy Meadows. And I think we're just really ready to be done with the desert and get on to the mountains and done with the hot weather. It is about 6:30 on June 15th, I think. Yeah. We just passed about 20 miles for the day, and we were gonna stop at the campsite that was at 20 miles, but since there's so much daylight left still, I mean the sun doesn't go down completely until like 8:30, we decided to try and bust out either 2.5 or 5 more miles. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. I don't think we've ever done a day higher than 22 miles. So if we do the full 5, I think we'll do around a 25-mile day, which would be cool because then we'd get to Kennedy Meadows tomorrow instead of the next day. So that's our motivation right now. We just kind of had a snack in hopes that we could load up on some energy to bust out these last few miles. But yeah, we'll see what time we get there. Today is June 16th, and it's about 6:30 in the morning. I am hiking by myself right now. I woke up at 4:30, but Nick really wanted to sleep in, So I just told him I'd meet him at the top of this climb because I was ready to go and I was cold sitting and waiting outside. There's about a 6.5 mile climb up this hill for really no reason because we go right back down. So that'll be fun. Yeah, today hopefully we'll make it to Kennedy Meadows. It's about 21 miles from here. And yeah, which will be nice because we were planning originally to get there tomorrow. But since we did end up hiking 25 miles last night. But by the time we got to camp, it was dark, so I didn't check in. But yeah, excited to be done with the desert. And I can tell the landscape is changing. A lot more mosquitoes, more mountains. What else? I don't know, just looks a little different. But I also just saw a sheriff speed up a forest road over there, so hope everything's okay, because we are kind of in the middle of nowhere, so that's kind of strange to see. But yeah, I'll check in later. Just got done with like 6.5 mile climb, and someone is congratulating us. Thank you for taking the time to write that note in the dirt. Lots of wildflowers, more meadowy hills, still mosquitoes, but it's still really hot, desert hot. Got done taking a swim in the Kern River. Got about 3.8 or a little less to go to Kennedy Meadows. Pretty excited. 700 miles through the desert. We made it to Kennedy Meadows. We are officially done with the desert. Yay!
Woohoo! What? What?
Yay! Made it to Kennedy Meadows. Set up our tent. A bunch of other people set up in the back of the general store here. I think we're gonna take a 0 day, or maybe 2, before we head out again. But I'm so relieved to be done with the desert section. Feels so good to be here and past the 700 mile mark. Just awesome. So hopefully we get well rested, and tomorrow we pick up all our new gear. I have new shoes, bear bins, ice axe, micro spikes, just a bunch of stuff. I guess for those of you who don't know, the Kennedy Meadows marks the end of the desert and the beginning of the Sierra Nevada mountain range. So, change in climate, change in scenery, it's gonna be awesome. So excited.
Oh, that's super. That doesn't fit very well, does it?
It's not going to fit inside, no.
What you could do